Well, the Iran war is over. Huge loss. It's kind of
huge loss.
Big news. We're on the hook for $300 billion to pay them.
Yeah, we owe
another
them
L. Big L.
The fuck do we owe them money for?
It's part of the agreement. So I'm painting it, but it is about right. So I guess other people pay towards it, and whatever they don't pay, America has to make up the rest of the $300 billion. And
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, and I guess the other Arabs and stuff are like, we're not contributing anything towards this. And Trump, to his credit, says he's not paying it either, although he did sign saying that he would pay it. So I don't know where this goes.
I do see that, like, obviously the war itself was a tremendous miscalculation, ridiculous play, terrible. But all the worst people and most annoying people are really mad that it ended. Like
Yeah.
So I'm down with that. Like that one little bit, but the attempt to turn this into a win is like, oh, so we're gonna like get the same deal we had with them before. Sick. For hundreds of billions. Awesome. Yeah. Just another.
Not only 100 billion cash, hundreds of billions cash, but
300 billion.
Yeah, not only that, but all of the money and material that was lost in doing it. It's more than 300 billion and planes that we lost.
It's going to be half a trillion.
Who knows what it cost in munitions? And it's easy to say, okay, we lost $100 billion worth of rockets. Okay, I can just think of that as money, but it's not just money because we got to rebuild them, and we can't rebuild them fast enough to be in the correct, stance if China wants to take Taiwan or something. We used so many of our Patriot interceptors. We probably used most of our Patriot interceptors in that conflict, mostly defending Israel and oil in the mid East.
I heard like 60 to 70% we used.
Yeah, I think
who knows.
I've heard before that like the most of our munitions have like an expiration date. Yeah. So it's basically like we're like fiending for a reason to use them, and we were sending a bunch of shit to like Poland and Israel anyway, and Turkey, but we were sending a bunch to Ukraine, and so like everything at the end of its life, I guess, because the military industrial complex, we're gonna spend that money one way or the other. So they're like, fuck it, let's.
I think it's that the rocket fuel itself ages. So you can't have old rockets like you can have old bullets. So if you give them to someone, it's just like, and then the other thing is, I've heard that it is not cheaper to replace the rocket fuel than it is to make a fresh new rocket. So they do that. They do both. So they do both.
I feel like we're being fibbed to on those things.
Yeah, it feels like Boeing's telling Lockheed Martin's telling us some lies.
Maybe they're intentionally designing the rockets so that replacing the fuel is not that easy. That way you have to buy new rockets.
Yeah. Different rockets have different expiration dates. Some of the smaller munitions go bad pretty quick. Those Patriot interceptors we're talking about have 20 to 30 year service lives that they can sit in a tube somewhere. We did not need to blow 70% of them. You know what I mean? Like all the planes we lost. Like if you pull up, Zach, see if you can find a graph that shows all of the aircraft the U.S. lost. It's dozens and dozens of those $30 or $40 million drones, and it's an F-35 that's like $150 million or something like that. A bunch of Strato tankers and Strato fortresses. An A-10 or two we lost. So at least 5 or 6 F-18s. We lost a lot of aircraft.
We did kill Supreme Leader Goobly Gobbly, though, so we got him.
His regime?
We had a few of them, didn't we?
Yeah, I think a couple.
Yeah. Like 5 or 6, because it's like, hey, here's the new guy. Boom. Oh, yeah. All right. Who wants to be next?
They were really having to backfill those card packs, like with a bunch of nonsense guys.
Oh, this is through April 3rd. That's kind of dated.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you really think these prices are like legit though?
Yeah, they feel inflated. Well, I've heard the thing too with like the military, like or in the contractors too. It's like they'll charge for like a bolt that would cost 35 cents. The way that their contracts are written, they'll charge like $200,000 fucking dollars for it. Which that's a whole completely different issue.
Just the fuel to do a nonstop air campaign like this would have been tens and tens of millions of dollars. Just the jet fuel.
I used to work for a
massive waste
tool company, and I was in sales at this tool company, and they had government contracts, and like they used to buy, like we would get phone calls at like the end of the month. Hey, our fiscal year is ending. We've got $50 million that we need to spend, and they would just buy a ton of shit, and we'd ship it over to them. And sometimes they would actually return it all, and then we would only refund them like maybe half of the money, or they would take it and then sit it in a cargo bay somewhere, and then eventually just sell it off to like other military contracts for like pennies on the dollar. So it was just a gigantic waste of money. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these. I'm not saying that some of these planes aren't millions of dollars, but maybe let's say $50 million plane, it's really more like 20.
It's a shame that Doge looked for waste, fraud, and abuse, but skipped over the military. And that's where it always seems to be so thick with waste, fraud, and abuse.
Absolutely.
The military is a big one. And then also just entitlements as a whole. Like whether it's welfare, whether it's something Woody harps on often, which is correct. Like a lot of people defrauding the disability shit through the military, where it's like, oh, I got hurt skiing and now I get paid $4,800 a month for the rest of my life because I was in the National Guard. It's like, that's bananas. Like,
which that shit sucks too. Money. Because I've heard, like I think it's kind of probably like a 10-to-1 ratio of like people who are essentially defrauding like the VA for benefits because they like sprain their ankle or whatever, and they brag about it. And then like people who I know who like legitimately have been like horrifically fucked up, and it's like 60%.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's like a formula for what percentage disabled you are, and it adds up. So like you can have like a 15% from PTSD and a 20% from your knee, and then 5% more for your hand or whatever like that. And everybody's getting a little something. Everybody's getting a little something. And when I think about the VA, I think about like some guys really fucked up. Like I worked with some wounded veterans for a charity thing one time. That guy had limited use of one arm and his chest and his neck up. It's like that guy was fucked. And he was getting really well taken care of, not only by the government, but by the charity organization. He had two like $60,000 cars, and he was on a vacation with us riding in. We lowered his crippled ass down into a tank so he could use the gun. Like he was having a blast. And I was like, he earned all that. He's crippled as fuck. He's all like twisted and shit. But then I see these guys, I see them being interviewed, and he's like, yep, got 15% from a PTSD. And it's like, well, you seem real well put together here. What are you playing Xbox right now? It's like there's just some guy who's retired because he's made up some stuff.
The guy in the Patreon hangout was talking about it, and he was saying that it's kind of like the people who get the disability benefits are often not the people who need the disability benefits. The people who get it are the guys in like thinking jobs who like planned ahead and documented every scratch and made up their erectile dysfunction out of thin air to, pump up how disabled they are. And the guys who need it, they didn't do all those things. They didn't plan throughout the way. They were sort of the less cerebral guys, and they don't get their benefits coming on the other side. Sucks. It's crooked.
And on one hand, like I want the guys who saw combat and are fucked up from it to be really well taken care of, not just because of how diminished they are, but just sort of a right and wrong of that guy gave a lot away. That guy paid something that he can't get back. It wasn't just his time that he was there. He's also given a little bit of his future forevermore because he's diminished in this way. I want them to be really well taken care of. But at the same time, I also want that guy there with his finger like, how crazy are you? Oh, you're not that crippled. Do a little dance. Oh, spin around for me. Like I want that happening at the same time in conjunction with taking care of the guys that are all fucked up. So I don't know how you do that well without waste when it's a system ran by people.
Right. Yeah. And the erectile dysfunction thing I mentioned because they taught us that the guy in the hangout taught us. I don't act like I'm a vet. They don't have to, they're not asked to prove it. So you could just get like 10% more disability.
There's a machine for that too. I know they they used to do like this gaydar testing for people where they put this little sensor around your cock and then they show you homosexual images to see if you become erect by looking at like gay pornography. And I'm halfway making up this. Everything I said is true. I'm halfway like making up this last part, but I think it was for particularly sensitive positions in like research and development and in military industrial and like intelligence services. Because if you are a homosexual going in there, and that especially back in the 50s and 60s, that could be found out by the KGB and then leveraged against you. Give us the plans for the rocket, or we'll expose you, and you'll lose your job, and you'll be blacklisted, etc.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Lots of straight people love gay porn.
This is why we need the machine, people.
Nothing weird about that. What are we doing here? Watching guys.
I watch it for the physiques, like a bodybuilding show.
I'm about the story.
You know, I love Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
You just want to see two powerful
You add those
men
together, you get gay pornography.
I mean, that guy delivered a pizza like nobody else and earned what he got.
Or the one that went viral. I'm going to stick this didgeridoo in your arse.
Was that
okay? You've outgained me. I don't know this.
I'm sorry. That
I haven't seen that one.
I have a friend of mine that just that like sends me all the fun ones. That Tub Girl Lemon Party.